We are going to talk to Noah.
Hey, Noah.
Hi, Noah. You are on the Atheist
Hello.
Experience. What would you like to talk about today?
No chance. It's the problem of evil.
Give us your best. Let's see what you got, Noah.
So the main premise is that we would be born in hell. So we're in hell right now.
Okay.
Okay.
So we can't get put in paradise because we'd have no creativity, no love, no pain, no story. So we're put into a temporary place. What?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I didn't realize you were still going. I was just saying that a place with no creativity, no love, no pain, all those things does not sound like paradise to me. That sounds like the hell where all of your personality is gone.
Yeah, there's no counter. I'm saying if there was no counter example, the heaven would be like that. You're exactly right.
Yeah.
So are you a Christian, Noah? Are you coming at this from a Christian perspective? I just want to kind of know what this is couched within.
No, I'm yes.
Yeah, you're a deist, did you say?
Yeah.
Okay. So you don't believe in you just believe in some sort of generalized. I couldn't hear you, Noah. You don't believe God what?
Talk to anybody.
Okay.
Talk to anybody. Okay.
Okay. So what brings you to hell is a Christian concept. So I guess I'm just kind of curious, and as is heaven. So I'm just kind of curious why you're proposing those concepts just in general.
So I'm trying to say that the possibility of a perfect, all-loving, all-knowing, all-powerful God is possible in our current dynamic because we're in the counterexample where it's a bad place. So we have eternity to spend in some place that is going to be good because we have a counterexample that we know of, and then we're going to laugh at all the dumb stuff we were doing and thinking and acting upon for all of eternity.
So you're saying that Earth is like junior high?
Yeah, Earth is hell.
So what? So Earth is hell. Why does Earth exist? Like, why does this life exist? Why are we not just born into the place where we're laughing at how silly it was that we were going through all of this physical and emotional trauma?
Mm-hmm. Well, that'd be a lie. You said that so you want a place that we thought we experienced pain and torture and lived to love and hate and.
In your paradigm, go ahead, Forrest. Go ahead.
I was just going to continue on what you were. It sounds like what you're saying is that the entire purpose of our existence at this moment is just to show us what bad things are, so that when we live for eternity without anything bad, we have context. Like the entire point of our existence now is just to give context to eternity.
Yeah, and to live and love and laugh and try to learn. And then for all of eternity, we get to laugh at what we thought was true when it really wasn't true. And it's really, I'm just trying to get at that.
So it's like a practical joke then. The whole point of this is to make us the butt of a joke later on.
That's part of it, yeah.
So when all those children starve to death, 24 to 30,000 children starve to death before they reach the age of 5 every single day, that's the humor that we are going to enjoy later on in paradise.
Well, in paradise, I would think that if the God is perfect, he would react those children into having an eternity where they get to eat all the lovely food they want. But
okay, so it's okay that they starve to death because later on they're going to have some food later.
Yeah, they're going to live life in eternity happy forever.
They just had to die in terror and agony while their parents grieved their horrible, slow, painful death. That was a necessary part of the joke that they're going to love later on. So you realize how disgusting what you're suggesting is, right?
We're in hell right now is my point. So the children who can't have enough food
What
to eat.
kind of loving God, because you said all loving as a part of your thing, what kind of love do you experience personally, Noah, where you think it would be really cool to hurt someone very, very badly for a very long time so that they can laugh at it later? Is that love that you experience?
Well, they wouldn't laugh at their pain. They would laugh at certain things you believe to be true.
You're
So
making a
there's
lot
like
of assumptions about
comedy.
what people would do as well. Like I, for one, for example, like let's say like the example that Forrest used, if something I'm a mom, if something horrifying happened to my son and he passed away as a result of something like tragic and evil right now, like, even if it is the case that he goes up there and is fine or whatever, I am left here to be tortured and anguished about the fact that that happened. When I get up into this heaven that you're positing, I am not going to go, oh well, golly gee, that was just a silly fun trick that I had to live through to get here. Now I guess now I'll be happy. I didn't get to watch my son live a full and happy life. Like, even if I am reunited with him, like, what is going to change in my head that is going to make me suddenly think, well, golly gee, I guess I'll just be happy about this. And especially knowing that I now have other friends and family members that are down there and people I don't even know who are in this hell for ostensibly no reason whatsoever. Because if I'm getting this enlightenment when I come up there, that this was just some temporary hell that we were placed in for arbitrary reasons, I'm not going to be happy about that. What kind of person would be happy about that? That is reprehensible.
That's a very good point. You go to this amazing, wonderful theme park that you're suggesting, and then you get to watch all of your loved ones grieve your death, and you're supposed to be like, you silly people. Oh, what's wrong
Wait
with
till you find out.
Just, this is all part of the setup. The punchline's coming. Like, that sounds horrible. That sounds like a hideous thing for any God to do.
Yeah. Like if my son was still alive and I died and I was watching him suffer my loss, like, especially if I died when he was young, like if something happens to me and I pass away tomorrow and my 11-year-old is left to be raised without a mother, am I supposed to just be happy looking down? I'm supposed to just go, well, I'm happy now. I can't conceive of a circumstance that I could be happy in that situation unless something fundamental was changed about who I am. And then I'm not there anymore. Whatever version of me has been recreated to force me to be happy is. And so I'm not going there anyway.
I'm saying that your temporary loss is hell, like I said, and then in the afterlife, it would make up for it by watching your son grow up if he died of something. And
there's a weird noise happening on your end, by the way, like a very, very, very strange noise. But I don't think that you're getting what I'm saying either. Like, there is no like in that circumstance, I could not be happy watching him be anguished.
And I would also add on to that, like, what kind of God, honestly, if this God is supposed to be all knowing, all powerful, all loving, what kind of love and what kind of wisdom requires this weird divine hazing before you get the opportunity to enjoy the paradise that he wants you to have where you don't have emotions?
No, he wants you to have emotions in paradise.
You said there's no sadness, no joy, no creativity.
That's if there was no counterexample. This counterexample of hell is a necessity. We can't just have one world. We'd have two.
Got it. So it is necessary that we experience extreme pain and agony so that later on we know what it is to be creative and love and things like that. And this God can't come up with any better system than that. I can come up with a better system than that.
And not only that, he's an all-loving God. So that is that's the most loving system.
The most loving system that I can come up with is to have a child and to torture the shit out of that child so that later on they know they're not being tortured. That's the best you can come up with. Really? That's the best this God can do?
What's your system?
Literally anything else. How about if I'm going to create people, I provide for them and make sure they're taken care of. I wouldn't become a parent if I wasn't ready to provide for and give them the best possible life that I could, right? So why would you create people knowing full well that they're going to starve to death? How about you fix that problem? How about if you want to give people context, you just tell them. If I'm a teacher, I go out and I teach kids about science. I don't need to go throw kids out into the African savannah to teach them about how evolution works or about what lions are. I can just talk to them about it. So is God just crappy at explaining things? Like there's a million other options here that don't involve children starving to death, don't involve cancer, don't involve rape, don't involve torture, don't involve genocide, don't involve famine, don't involve drought, don't involve earthquakes and tidal waves and volcanoes, don't involve mass murder, don't involve AIDS. There's a million examples that we can very easily come up with about to teach somebody what reality is like without afflicting them with unimaginable suffering and pain. So why is the best this God can do, I'm just going to have to let a bunch of kids die in fucked up ways so that hopefully they'll like me later and they'll all think it's a big laugh? Like, why is that his best plan? What a crap plan.
I guess we're done.
Did I miss anything there, Noah?
Nope, I just think it's the best counterexample.
No, I don't think that we're getting through to you precisely about what's going on. I think you're really holding on to it. So maybe call back at another time because we have several other callers.
But before you go, have you already dropped them?
No, go ahead.
All right, just really quickly. I want to be very clear here. All I'm saying, I'm going to make this as simple as possible, is that there is no justification. If your God really is in control, there is no justification for the horrible world he has created. That is my simple. I would like you to respond to just that. Do you think that the amount of suffering and pain and misery in this world is justifiable? That it's okay? That it's worth it?
Yes. It's a counterexample for a life.
Then you and I have deeply different moralities. I don't think there is any plan. There is no situation in which letting children starve to death is a good part of it. There is no plan where pedophilia is a good part of it. There is no plan where people being slaughtered by the millions is a good idea that gets us to. That's a great means to an end. There is zero justification for that. Period.
And placing
if
them
you're
on
going
a
to sit here and
planet,
say, if you're going to sit here and say, yeah, I know children get raped all the time, worth it, then I don't think you and I are on the same page.
Yeah, and placing them on a planet where diseases exist that you would have also created, and the planet is designed to kill them in multiple ways. Like you're placing all of these obstacles that cause suffering, even if humans didn't hurt each other, even if we were all incredibly kind to each other and nothing but altruistic, horrifying things would still happen to us because of the planet that we live on and the other animals and diseases that are on this planet. And if he created this planet, then he created it that way. He created it to cause us plight.
Yep.
Even if we were nothing but altruistic.
Hell's a scary place.
Yeah, it's an unnecessary place is what I'm saying. There's no justification for it. It didn't have to be this way. And if this God is really all-knowing, they would know that. She would be able to figure something better out, right?
Yeah, and this wouldn't be the place. This wouldn't be our starter pack either, right? Because you're in your model, we're essentially being punished for being created, so that later on we can go, oh well, aren't we actually lucky? Because for the rest of eternity, we get to not be tortured anymore, and now we know what torture is like.
That sounds awful. That sounds like a monstrous, evil thing to do. Any God that would create a world like that is an absolute psychopath.
I don't see any other way.
God doesn't exist is probably one.
Yeah, or maybe, the all-knowing thing could come up with a better plan. But hey, it works for Noah, so it must work for everybody, right?
Yeah, drop some omnis, I think is probably.
And
reassess.
That's awful, my dude.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for calling in, though.
We will let you go. Call back some other time, Noah, and it was nice talking to you. Have a good rest of your day. See you later. Bye.
Bye.